I was previously using a Garmin 2X solar tactical, and I wanted an option to have onboard music. That way I wouldn't be bored when I was running. I'm never bored when I'm running. However, I do tend to think about a lot of interesting things, like, for an example, which variation of one specific style of watch might be a worthwhile replacement to the Instinct 2X Solar Edition that I already have. And so I pitted a Fēnix against a Tactix 7 Pro and a Tactix 7 Amoled display. And each of the three watches has their own pros and obstacles as far as purchasing reasons that I would choose from. But in every case, the main thing that I wanted to also have on board was a green LED light, such as the one built into my Instinct 2X Solar Edition tactical watch.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's May the 26th, 2024, and I'm about to get my run on. It's about 7 p.m. And so I'm going to be tempting fate, running late before sunset in a place that I'm only somewhat familiar with while listening to music. So today I just received a pair of Shokz headphones. They're Shokz OpenRun headphones, and previously I had worn some Jabra headphones, and the Jabra headphones were in ear, and these Shokz headphones are supposed to be bone contact. That's how they somehow transmit their frequencies from whatever you're listening to. And what I'm going to be listening to is going to be coming directly from my watch itself. And so I will not be taking my phone with me. So if anything bad were to happen and I needed to reach help, well, I'd be a little bit SOL. But that's aside from the point. The point of this is that I'm having fun doing what I'm doing. And the reason I'm wearing these headphones and doing this late at night is because the other headphones are what are called earbuds. They go into your ear canals, which can make it difficult to hear any sound from anywhere other than what's coming through the audio devices. So if I hear a bird or a crash in the brush next to me, or someone approaching from behind, like they just somehow the steps come out of nowhere, I actually wouldn't be able to tell. I might not even be able to hear these things, and when I hear these things, I would not be able to tell from what direction those sounds were coming with the headphones that I wore the other day. And so today I'm going to be testing out these Shokz headphones, and I'm going to let you know what the experience was like. If you couldn't tell, I'm already wearing them. They're on right now. See? And they literally do not block your ear cavities. I've never had any kind of headphones like this. This is new technology to me. I'm pretty excited to try it out. And I'm putting my life on the line to do this in an outdoor park while nightfall approaches. So hopefully I'll be able to actually finish this review. I'm sure I will. I'm in a beautiful city with beautiful people. All right, so it's 8:07 p.m. and whew, that was a hot run. According to, well, actually I don't have a temperature reading because my phone didn't have a signal. I mean, my watch didn't have a signal because I wasn't carrying my phone. So I'll try. I'm not going to make any promises. Yep, but according to my car's on-screen information, it is 94 degrees outside. So I completed another 5K, this time mostly in zone 4. And I'd like to say it's gotten easier, and in a way, I think it has gotten easier. I just don't want to speak too soon. And also, I don't want it to seem like I'm bragging about the progress that I'm making. I'm actually excited that I'm making any progress, because for some time, I've really just been sweating my ass off. And you can see that. You can see I can barely even keep my eyes open through all the sweat. It's pretty challenging, but I've made it as fun as I can make it to get outside and to enjoy nature. And if you spend your time alone in nature, you may or may not want to wear any kind of headphones. Even if not just for the music, though, you might want to consider, I think it's a very amazing experience to be able to run and have my training suggestion ported through to these headphones, so that, for an example, if I'm going too fast, it just says it in my ears discreetly. There's nothing that I have to look at on my watch. There's nothing that I have to do. I just have to hear what it's saying and adjust. And if I can do that while listening to an audiobook or music, or even just the ambient sounds of nature, believe it or not, these headphones come with an app that allows you to play soothing sounds of nature, like the sound of ocean waves crashing on the beach, or a pleasant rainfall, or something like that. So yeah, I'd like to say that these Shokz are probably a game changer for many people who are taking up the sport of running. And at the same time, I feel a little bit like I'm getting something that's a disposable item, because all of the previous headphones that I've had have become essentially landfill items. So as much as I like these devices, I'm going to continue to suggest that maybe there's a better way to go about these situations. Garmin, just as one example, the manufacturer of this watch brand that I'm currently talking about, that I've been talking about for a long time, they make a watch called the Tactix, and like aquatics, and it's it has some specific boating features built in. And the plastics in that watch are made of previously ocean-bound plastics. So that's a very interesting thing to announce for one watch. But across that whole line of watches, imagine if Garmin, for an example, on their tactical version, had the watches say something like 100% post-military tires were used in the process of making these watches. Imagine if those watches, those ballistic rugged cases, were somehow impregnated with burnt rubber from the tires of those fighter jets in the military, or something like that. You know, I'm just making up some random example, but keep in mind that all of these options could be something that we could do if we put our mind to making every product line that we're putting into the equation out of something that somehow also gives back while taking away from the rubbish that would have been going into the environment. That would be amazing. Anyhow, these Shokz headphones are amazing. I also found that on my Jabras that I could replace the tips and change them from the medium-sized tips to smaller tips. And it's possible that while I run with them in that configuration, the seal in my ear won't be as tight, and I'll be able to hear through the headphones quite well. However, after having experienced these style of headphones where you can see my ear canal is not blocked by anything that would be pumping sound into my ears, I've got to say that I was able to hear directly and immediately from which direction every situation was occurring in my proximity. And that helped me immensely to hear bikes approaching from behind, so that I knew well ahead of time what to expect, and I could assess the situation in front of me in case there was an easier place to move aside and wait. And so, and on. You know, it basically helped put my mind at ease while I was listening to some music, getting in this close of the day, easy but not so easy run with something that made it a little bit more fun. Thanks for subscribing, everybody. Thank you so much to my sponsors who have allowed me to test out these devices, and also with help with the other products like the smartwatches that I've been reviewing. Thank you so much for helping to supply me with that information, with those products, so that I could return this information to you. Stay tuned. These watches have built-in flashlights, by the way. I'm glad that we all made it back to tune in to another episode and to enjoy spending time with one another, wishing one another positive results and joyful experiences. Until next time, peace, love, and all that old school stuff.